Hey Joe. Good to see you. So what did you come up with about that Mountain Man light beer we have been talking about?
Yes, I have that analysis right here. I think we need to first talk about why Mountain Man Brewing Company has such a loyal following. First, Mountain Man has been around for generations and has a familiar packaging that everyone knows, with the dark brown bottle with a picture of a coal miner on it. Second, it has a very competitive price. It is priced similar to Budweiser and Miller and lower than Sam Adams. Finally, it has a strong brand loyalty and awareness.
But what is so distinctive about Mountain Man Brewing Company's products?
Glad you asked. It won Best Beer in West Virginia 8 years in a row. Best known regional beer, it has a distinctive bitter flavor, higher alcohol content than most beers. Known as a working man's beer, America Championship beer, and has had the same recipe for over 80 years.
But what about our customers? That's the heart of our company.
Well, they are blue-collar, middle to lower-income men, over age 45, have a high union representation, and high brand equity. One customer told me that he drank Mountain Man Lager because his dad did and so did his granddad. He said that if it was good enough for them, it was good enough for me. But what has kept us alive and a strong company so far is our different approach to sales and promotions. We developed our own sales force. This sales force was not selling other larger beer brands, which made them the highlight of the sales force. Also, 60% of beer purchased by blue-collar workers is bought off-premise, meaning not at a bar, and 70% of Mountain Man is sold off-premise. Finally, we have developed a very loyal customer base over the years that helps with grassroots advertising. It is known as the coal miner's beer.
I don't mean to butt in, but I was listening and I have to ask why you think Mountain Man has declined despite having a strong brand?
Well, anybody should know that U.S. beer consumption has decreased 2.3% since 2001, and there is increased competition from the larger brewers.
Not to mention that consumer dynamics have changed, with 13% of the adult population being first-time drinkers, and this segment accounts for 27% of total sales. Now back to our conversation. Do you think Mountain Man Light is feasible?
I think there are a few things to consider before we decide if it is feasible or not. First, let's look at total light beer sales. The light beer segment represents over one-half of all beer consumption in the East Central region. It is also growing 4% annually. Now moving ahead to market share. Given our marketing strategy, we can project market share to increase 0.25% per year on top of our base share of 0.25% in 2006.
Well, this has to be very expensive, doesn't it?
Ha, no kidding.
Yes, the variable cost for the light beer is more than our core product, and there is a lot of marketing involved with launching a new product. But, we will save in capital since we already have excess capacity. What we really have to worry about is cannibalizing sales from the original Mountain Man Lager. From our return on investment projections, we can expect to lose almost $400,000 the first year the product is launched, but we will turn a profit in the second year.
But I want to hear your thoughts on the market trend, the company's trend, and the impact on revenues from the new product to determine my recommendation for the launch.
I can tell you about the market. U.S. beer consumption has declined 2.3% over the past 4 years, and light beer represents 50% of the sales in the East Central region. West Virginia has also repealed arcane laws limiting the amount of promotion allowed for beer in retail establishments. Not to mention, most small brewers have closed their doors over the past 40 years.
Thanks for that. Our company's customer base is aging, meaning the drop-off rate exceeds the replacement rate, and we have seen a 2% reduction in sales over the past year. We are also only one of 4 breweries left in West Virginia. Most importantly, we are the last among the regional beer companies not to have expanded our product line. Finally, you asked for revenue projections. Assuming a 5% cannibalization, continued 2% decline in lager sales, and a growth rate of 0.25% annually, we can expect to see a loss in profits the first year, but we will gain over $6 million in additional profit by 2010.
Wow. I was just hoping to break even in 2 years. I never expected to have return like that. One last thing before I make my final decision: what are the pros and cons of launching this light beer?
Well, the pros are that we will enter into a new market and have a possibility to expand revenue.
Well, I can tell you about the cons because I think this idea of a light beer is just ridiculous. It will take market share from the original lager that you have done so well with. I should know, I have drank a few myself tonight. It will be very expensive for your company and could be risky. You might fail and it could take away from your brand equity.
Well, that was interesting. So, since you took that marketing strategy class while getting your MBA at West Virginia University, how should we market the light beer?
I'm sure glad this MBA is coming in useful. I think we should target a younger audience, college towns. We need to go out of our traditional regions and into high-growth and high-money regions such as Wyoming, North and South Dakota. We also need to keep the basics the same. We cannot over-glamorize it. We need to give it a new name. Something like
Mountaineer Light. That's it. Thank you. I think from what you have told me we should go ahead and launch Mountaineer Light. I think that is the best course for our company.
Great. Do you think we could get that Geno Smith from WVU to endorse our new beer? He's something else. I am so excited that we decided to go with Mountaineer Light.
I know, I can't wait to try the first batch. Let's go get started now. Mitt, you coming with us?
Thank you for watching our presentation. Team 7, Robert Burke, John Burgess, Stephanie DeBastiani, Joel Lawson, Michael Mackey.